Good morning, Front Street family. It's Pastor Patrick on this very muggy Monday morning. I trust that all of you are doing well. Just as to share a little bit of vulnerability, I woke up with a migraine this morning, and so I've really been struggling today to get back on top. So if you think of me today, I appreciate your prayers. Usually just in the course of a day, the migraine will fizzle out, but yeah, it's just not a great way to wake up in the morning, but I'm getting better, but I would still appreciate your prayers for my head today. I've been thinking about just all the difficulty surrounding George Floyd's murder and the protesting that's happening and the cries going up for justice and for calling all of us to be better and to do better. And I was thinking this morning as I was reading the scriptures about all of that, and it just so happened that Psalm 94 was where I ended up. And so I just want to share that with you this morning as a way to, well, what's left of this morning, as a way to share some scripture with you and just a few thoughts about it. So just know that even as you're going through your mind how you can be and do better and how you can strive to embody God's justice in this world, especially for our black and brown brothers and sisters right now, please know that none of us are alone in this, and that indeed God's in the midst of it. And so hear these words from Psalm 94. O Lord, avenging God, show yourself. Rise up, judge of the earth. Pay back the arrogant exactly what they deserve. How long will the wicked, O Lord, how long will the wicked win? They spew arrogant words. All the evildoers are bragging. They crush your own people, Lord. They abuse your very own possession. They kill widows and immigrants. They murder orphans, saying all the while, the Lord can't see it. Jacob's God does not know what is happening. You ignorant people better learn quickly. You fools, when will you get some sense? The one who made the ear, can he not hear? The one who formed the eye, can he not see? The one who disciplines nations, can he not now punish? The one who teaches humans, does he not know? The Lord does indeed know human thoughts, knows that they are nothing but a puff of air. The people you discipline, Lord, are truly happy. The ones you teach from your instruction, giving them relief from troubling times until a pit is dug for the wicked. The Lord will not reject his people. He will not abandon his very own possession. No, but justice will once again meet up with righteousness, and all whose heart is right will follow after. Who will stand up for me against the wicked? Who will help me against evildoers? If the Lord hadn't helped me, I would live instantly in total silence. Whenever I feel my foot slipping, your faithful love steadies me, O Lord. When my anxieties multiply, your comforting calms me. Can a wicked ruler be your ally? One who wreaks havoc by means of the law? The wicked gang up against the lives of the righteous. They condemn innocent blood. But the Lord is my fortress. My God is my rock of refuge. He will repay them for their wickedness, completely destroy them because of their evil. Yes, the Lord our God will completely destroy them. It's a powerful psalm, isn't it? It's one of what we'll call one of the imprecatory psalms, which is basically the psalmist making a plea before God to destroy the enemies of God's reign, God's mercy, and God's justice. Sometimes that takes the form of the psalmist asking on his behalf for justice, and sometimes it's asking for justice and righteousness to reign on behalf of the people of Israel. In our time right now, these psalms, these imprecatory psalms, perhaps might be a tool for prayer. It's hard to know how to think and how to act sometimes. I think many folks are wondering how they might live a strong witness for the gospel in times that are so divided politically, that are so divided in terms of racism and anti-racism, in times that are divided as far as those who are willing to listen and those who have, like the psalm said, closed off their ears and eyes. I talked last week about learning to see, thinking about the stories in Scripture where Jesus opens the eyes of the blind, and a particular story of Bartimaeus, who, when Jesus asks him, "What do you want me to do for you?" he says, "Lord, I want to be able to see." I think in some ways, the way the world turns sometimes, it makes it so that we can't turn away. And sometimes it becomes very difficult, perhaps, to see where our Christian witness fits into everything. But that should not keep us from flexing those muscles. I think God gives us courage when we need it, and the Spirit gives us a gentle and sometimes stronger than gentle urging on our backsides to press forward into things that are uncomfortable. You know, it's okay to be uncomfortable. Yesterday was the 4th anniversary of my mom's untimely passing, and every year is different for me as far as how grief manifests itself. And I've learned through the process of grieving her death, one, that it's okay to not be okay. Two, grief is a strange animal. It comes and goes at random times and is more intense at times than others. And three, it's important that we learn to lean into what makes us uncomfortable. I think God can do some of His best work in places that make us uncomfortable. And that's what I'm sitting with today. There's a lot more that we can sit here and talk about, a lot more that I could say. And yet I just want to leave you with the words of Psalm 94. Those words of the psalmist praying for God to deal with those who are the enemies of God's vision, who are the enemies of God's justice, who would impede God's will being done on earth as it is in heaven. Friends, don't grow weary in the struggle to be disciples of Jesus Christ and to live and witness, even in this time of pandemic, even in this time of unrest in our country. Know that God is still very much at work. And what God may be asking you and I to do is to take a first step into a much larger world, a world that may unsettle some of the things that we've held to be true for a very long time, a world that may set us down into a space of discomfort. And feeling uncomfortable may be the first step towards a deeper journey with Jesus and a deeper journey towards those among us who right now are hurting the most, so that we can embody and live the grace of Jesus Christ in ways that are going to help us and are going to help create a deeper love of God and neighbor within us. Again, getting over a migraine today, so I appreciate your prayers for me, but know that you are loved and you are seen and you are known by the living God. And I commend to you today these thoughts and questions and ideas that we might digest them slowly and reflect upon them and know that God is leading us into the future not as those without hope, but those who know Jesus Christ. Friends, the peace of Christ be with you always. We'll see you tomorrow.